Hi guys, this is Pragya. Welcome to my channel Finmom. I try to make finance simple for you. I have worked for almost 10 years in the banking industry, and after working for those 10 years and signing off on so many loans, there is one thing that I've learned from my experience as well as from the customers that I saw coming to the bank. Every time you think about savings and investing, there is one thing which will always stop you. And that is the burden of EMIs, the loans that you've taken. Of course, you have to pay it back, right? We all can't flee to London. So, those EMIs keep you from planning your finances properly because you're always thinking about, paying your EMIs, about your loan burden and reducing your liabilities. In all of that, you miss out on some really good opportunities that the markets offer or an investment opportunity offer. So in this video, we are going to talk about how to be debt free. To begin with, let us understand what is a debt trap. Now, debt trap has become a household name because we all tend to take loans. After all, they're available so easily these days. Previously, when my parents or your parents went to a bank for loan, first of all, taking a loan was considered a huge deal. And on top of that, the procedure was so tiresome. But now you can just get loan in a click of a button. And you do get loans, right? But do you know, all these loans, all these EMIs lead you to a debt trap. So, what is a debt trap? A debt trap is a situation where you are unable to pay your existing loans and so you borrow more to pay off these loans. So say you have taken a loan of 1 lakh rupees from me and you owe me 10,000 every month, but you do not have that 10,000. So you call another friend and you take 10,000 from him to pay me, and again to pay that 10,000 you take again another loan. And with the loan shark circling around you, before you know it, your debt spirals out of control and you, my friend, are in a debt trap. So, can you actually get out of the trap? We'll learn how to do that, but before that, what leads to a debt trap? And why now? Why has it become familiar now? Just taking loans is easy. That doesn't mean everybody will take a loan, right? But they do. And I'll talk about why you do that. Now, knowing what a debt trap is will help you understand how you can stay away from one and also how you can manage one better. The first and the foremost reason why people get into a debt trap is overspending. Now, if you remember in one of my previous videos, I talked about stretching your finances. That is what overspending is. You are earning 10,000 but you are spending 30,000 because you have a 30,000 credit card limit. So with a 10,000 income, you have a 30,000 credit card which you have maxed out. Now you can't pay the 30,000 anyway because your income is only 10,000. So you either borrow money from friends to pay that credit card or you pay the minimum due. Now minimum due is an excellent trap. Because once you start paying minimum due, you keep doing that because you think, oh, I'll pay the minimum due. I'll pay the whole amount when I get some additional amount. But do you know it attracts interest? So you are again paying interest. And that keeps increasing and, again spiraling out of control. But what we do not realize is if we just stick to our income, if we just stick to our means, all of that can be avoided. So before you spend next time, think twice. Think whether it is within your limits or not, and maybe you can avoid a debt trap. Secondly, unforeseen emergencies. Most of us do not even maintain an emergency fund. So when there is an emergency, there is a medical bill or there is anything wrong and we have to shed out money, we do not have the means to support ourselves. So again, you borrow. And these days, personal finance people keep calling you, oh sir, we are offering a loan at 10% interest immediately in 5 minutes. Oh sir, you just click this and you will get a loan in 10 minutes. And it has become so easy that you think, oh, I'll take a loan, I'll pay back later. at rates of interest as high as 15% and 18%. We do not even realize how much interest we are paying on the loans that we are taking, but we do, because situation is such that you need the money. So you take that, you're unable to pay, debt trap. Thirdly, and I say this from experience, I had a friend and during COVID time, the borrowing cost really decreased. So what he did was he kept taking loans and investing and, or buying a land or buying something, and he kept taking loans because it was so cheap for him to take a loan and then invest, and he thought he could get a good return on his investment. We'll not go as to what happened to that, but what I'm trying to say is when borrowing becomes cheap, people tend to take a loan because they think it is easier for them to borrow. But those interest rates do not remain constant. They change. And as the interest rate rises, your EMI will rise. And sometimes, since you've taken a loan beyond your means, you will be unable to pay. Debt trap. Fourthly, and this is something that I had noticed all through my career, nobody reads terms and conditions. I do not know why people do that. There is an offer document, there is a term sheet. Please go through it. Please understand what you're signing up for, but people won't. What they do is they sign on the loan document, take their money and go away, and then 10 days later they'll come to me and say, oh, but you said the EMI will be deducted on 20th. How is it getting deducted on 15th? Because that is what is written in your sanction letter. At least read your sanction letter, if not the whole agreement. But people don't do that. So that is where you do not understand what you're signing up for. You have to read the terms and conditions, at least read the sanction letter properly to know what you're signing up for. And in case you don't do that, in case you miss out on payments, or in case you do not fulfill any of the terms and conditions, that attracts penal interest, something that you have not accounted for. So, debt trap. The calls that I was telling about, when you can get a loan in 10 minutes or the click of a button, those people also call you to make you billionaires and millionaires with a click of a button. And some people, naive as they are, go and click those buttons. So those frauds and scams also make you lose money, or sometimes, put you in a situation where you have to borrow. So, debt trap. Now that we've understood what causes a debt trap, let us all be a little careful about it. And moreover, if you are already in one, if you're already burdened with huge EMIs and you do not know what to do, I'll give you some steps which will at least help you figure it out for yourself. Though there is a concept called debt counseling. See, there are professionals for everything. For filing your taxes, for managing your debt, for investing for you, or managing your investments or portfolio. There are professionals for everything. And for debt also there are professionals who are called debt counselors. They help you make a budget. They help you how to, manage your loans, which loans to pay first, which loans to pay last. They also negotiate with your creditors to, make the terms and conditions a little lenient. So in case you are in a dire state, do consider going to a debt counselor and they'll help you out. Or you can reach out to me and I'll help you figure out how to manage your debt. But if the situation is not so dire, and I'm happy that it isn't, you can manage your debt yourself. So let's understand how do we do it. And this again is from personal experience by observing thousands of customers who take thousands of loans and are unable to pay. The worst part of my job was recovery, when I had to call people and ask them to give the EMIs, and they would tell me that, oh, we do not have money, we have no income, or this has happened or that has happened, and it was really sad, but part of the job. So yeah, to begin with, let's talk about consolidation. Now you have a personal loan in X bank, 10 lakhs say, then you have in Y, which is say 20 lakhs, again another loan in another bank which is 5 lakhs, then you have a housing loan, then you have an education loan, then you have a consumer loan, and nowadays you can buy mobile phones and gadgets and washing machine and everything in EMI. So say you have some Finserv loans or consumer products loans. So all of these loans and at different rate of interest. First, make a list of all the loans with the rate of interest and the EMI that you're paying. And start by seeing whether you can take one personal loan or one consumer loan, or say if you have an existing housing loan, some banks offer you an overdraft facility along with the home loan. So see if you can get one of those loans and pay off all your loans and consolidate all of them into one loan. So consolidate your loan into one or two major loans, which will help you keep them in control. Secondly, and this is probably again related to the first one, once you have made the list of loans that you are paying and the rate of interest in the EMI, target the loan with the highest rate of interest and pay that first. So when you were a kid, what did you do? When mom gave you a list of chores, you targeted the one which will take the longest amount of time. And once you were done with that, you just breeze through the rest. And that is how you can also manage your debt trap. Pay off the loan with the highest rate of interest. And once you've done that, go to the next, go to the next. This will help reduce the EMI burden as you go on repaying one loan by another. And that will also help you pay off your loans easily. Thirdly, and this is something that not all banks allow, but if you have credit cards and you can transfer balance from one credit card to another credit card, then what you do is the credit card which offers you a lower rate of interest, transfer balance from that to the one which is, whose interest rate is higher, and by doing that, you can save a little bit on interest. See, you can't expect to save thousands and thousands rupees just by doing this, but it will help you at least save some amount that you're paying on the interest, and again helps you get out of the debt trap. Also, and this is something that I cannot stress enough, people refrain from taking an insurance for various reasons that is beyond me. But if you have huge debt obligations, do consider taking a term plan. The premium is not generally more, and God forbid if something happens to you, at least your family members won't have to take the burden of all your liabilities. The term plan will help them pay off the debt. So please consider taking an insurance. Now, this is something that we have already discussed in the previous videos. Do check out the video on how to make a budget and make a budget. Like when I started telling you about debt trap, I told you that we overspend, and making a budget will help you stay within your own means, stay within your income levels, which will help you avoid a debt trap. Also, when you make a budget and you provide for all your debt obligations, you know how much money you are left with. So again, you understand your means and then you can spend within them, because if you do not, then you take more debt. And so you never get out of the trap because you're just getting in more and more. So make a budget and avoid taking more debt and avoid overspending at least till you have paid all of your debts. And then you can probably consider, depending on your income, if you want to say go on a trip, you can take a loan for that. Or I would not advise you doing that, but then again, that's how we have become. For everything that we cannot afford, we go and take a loan. But even if you're taking a loan, at least understand that it should be within your means and you should be able to pay that. See, when I'm talking about debt trap, when I'm talking about avoiding taking a loan, I am not saying that we never take a loan in your life. I am not condoning that. What I'm trying to say is, when you're taking a loan, please understand that you should be able to pay it, because like I said in the beginning, you have to pay it, right? So on and off, we understood what a debt trap is, how to avoid a debt trap, and if you are in one, what is the best way to get out of it. If I have missed something, please let me know in the comment section. And if you want to know more about credit cards or insurance, also let me know and I'll try to make a video on that. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not yet subscribed and hit the like button. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.